My earliest memory is riding in my grandfather's boat, arm over the side, hand in the spray. I've spent much of the rest of my life chasing this feeling. All of that has led to this, the wooden boat experience. Well, you can hear the birds out there. The rooster's not crowing right now, but this is such a great place to be in the morning. And I'm so lucky to have this place during this shutdown and be able to walk out of my house and go 100 feet and be in my boat shed. And naturally now the wind comes up and makes some noise when I'm trying to record this. I don't know what I'd be doing if I was just sitting in the house and thinking about my boat with a marina shut down and not be able to get to it. But as you can see, I'm here working on it. And another thing you might notice about this channel is I try to do everything by myself. And that's not just, it's not always the plan, but my schedule is kind of weird and it's hard for me to say to somebody, can you be over here at this time? Because I don't know 2 days from now what I'm going to be doing at noon usually. Someday, hopefully, somebody will come over and help at times when more people find out about the channel. But a lot of it to me is the challenge. Can I flip a boat over by myself? You know, that gets in my head and I go, how do you do it? And I was lucky enough to meet Geoff Heath, and you can see him in episode 24 when I visited the Finger Lakes Boating Museum. And he's the one that gave me the idea about building these gantries and building them this way. I've seen other channels that flip boats over. I'm not the first person to flip a boat over, but this design, the way this design works, I think is really the one to use if you're by yourself. So we're going to see that a little bit later. So I'm glad you joined me, and I don't know where Speckles is. Where'd my Speckles go? Aren't you coming over here to see me? Are you shy, Speckles? Come say hi. There he is. There's my Speckles. Speckles loves the boat shed too. He spends a lot of time out here. Although yesterday with that boat flipping over, he had to leave for a little while because I was a little nervous about him being underneath. What do you think, Speck? We got boat work to do? Huh? When are you going to learn to hold sandpaper? That would be a big help. Got kisses? Thank you. All right, let's get to it. Episode 31. Can I flip a boat over by myself? All right, get down. Get down, you nut. Although I don't mind emails, I do much prefer snail mail. And you can see we got a couple of letters from our friends down the road here. And we're going to start using this transom to decorate with all the mail that we get from people. So there's the address, and I'll put it down in the links below. And if you want to send us something, send us out a letter, postcard, whatever. Something from where you live and what your boat looks like. That'd be awesome. After editing and video work, Saturday is nice when it starts with a task. So I painted the inside of the transom as well as the gas tank with Total Boat bilge paint. These holes are being filled with fixed wood from Total Boat. This is not supposed to be a commercial, but that's where I got it. Hey, where the end of these boards are a little punky and rotten, we got all the screws pulled out. Now let's try to prep them, and then we're going to epoxy some new pieces on when we get it down to what we think is good stuff. What I really want is I want to see on the end, on the sides of the transom, I want to see on the ends wood. I don't want to have to paint around here on this side. Now, this is where things went bad.
Scott has dropped the nail set into the wood shavings. How hard can it be to find it?
You drop something, Scott. One of the problems with this sawdust, you drop something in it, it's hard to find unless you have a magnet. Of course, if it's silicone bronze, you're really in trouble.
We'll epoxy the wood on these strakes later. Sunday morning, and I was beginning to think the boat would be flipped this week, but the to-do list wasn't finished yet. Each pulley has 3 3/4-inch circles inside and 1 1/2-inch circle on each outside. This makes the inside of the pulley 2 1/4 inches. The endless ratchet straps are 2 inches wide. The larger circles on the outside trap the strap so it can't get pinched and wrap itself on the side of the pulley.
Naturally, the battery's almost dead. I don't think it would hurt to have a little bit of wax in here to lubricate this a bit. Keep it turning as easy as possible.
Despite the numerous times I cleaned and the different methods I used on this interior, if I was going to paint it, it had to be degreased.
Well, it shouldn't surprise you to know that when I block the boat up
I put it right by where the water comes out of the hull, the drain, right there. So I had to make this wonderful cob job up to get all the dirty water to come out of there and not go on the ground in the boat shed. Hello, Speckles. How are you? Speckles has been waiting patiently because it's almost time for chores. Huh, buddy? Are you hungry? You can see how dirty the water is in the bilge. This process has taught me just how hard it is to really get a wooden boat clean. Well, by anyone's standards, that is one clean bilge. A boat ready to be flipped tomorrow. I am looking forward to it and dreading it at the same time. It's a bit nerve-wracking. First, I had to lift the hull up off the stands. Then I fed the endless straps through wooden pulleys and under the hull. The metal ratchets needed to be placed so they wouldn't hit the boat. Once the endless straps were supporting the hull, the chain falls were done for now and needed to be out of the way. I had to get the feel for just how it was working. I tried pulling it with a rope and pulley. Next time, I think I will set up a block and tackle. I think that would be quicker and easier. I decided to use a ratcheting strap in addition to the ropes. Better, but not good enough. I took a minute to regroup. There was no rush. Now I'm using 2 ratcheting straps, spread out a bit. I really wish I owned a block and tackle. The next worry was, how hard will it come over the top? This was by far the scariest part for me. It really moves quite easily. I think 2 people could flip it without much help. Buckets do a great job at keeping the chain from scratching up the hull. It's so strange yet so satisfying to see it sitting upside down here in the boat shed. I've been thinking about this for so long.